Hi everyone. I had a very interesting week this week. 2 new clients jumped on board and kicked off some work with us this week. And yes, it's very exciting that we're getting new business. The reason why this was interesting is because they came on board for the exact same reason. And I thought, what better way than to use it as a little bit of blog fodder and hopefully I can help some other businesses out there that seems to be having the same problem. Their main problem was that getting new business to come through the door was a really tough going. It was hard yakka, and they couldn't figure out why something has changed and why it's harder now than what it was last year for them. Upon uncovering and going a little deeper, we actually found out that the main reason for that is that they haven't niched their business. But look, it's not every business that needs to niche. We know that, but it is important for their particular business. However, they haven't truly uncovered who their target market was. So without really knowing who your target market is, how can you effectively target that market and pull them towards you? So I thought, I'll use it as a little bit of blog fodder and see if I can help some other people with this as well. So we all know that in creating a client avatar or a client profile, it helps us learn 4 main things. It helps us to create specifically targeted messages to really attract that new client that we want to have. Secondly, it helps us recognize a cross-sell or upsell opportunity much better than what we did before. Thirdly, it will help us identify which advertising media to use to get a better return on investment. And the final reason would be to help us discover what new products or services we have to design to continue to meet client demand. So the first step in creating a client avatar would be to gather information about your clients, right? And so how we do this most commonly would be through a survey. We can email this survey to our clients to be able to gather some of that information, or we could do it at point of sale. So when we're actually talking to them, working with them, whenever the opportunity arises, just say to that client, hey, while we're here, do you mind if we just spend 5 minutes? I really want to understand a lot better how I can be of value to you, and this would really help me and my business out. Most people do not mind. If you do have a client base that is rather large and the only way that you can do it is to send them an email and do it via email, give them a little bit of an incentive. They are going to be spending a few minutes on you and on your business, so show a little gratitude and, throw them a freebie or a gift or a little discount on your product or service going forward. They'll appreciate it. You're showing gratitude and, it's all a whole bunch of love. It's all good. So do that. I will just at the bottom of this blog put a example of a survey for you with some questions that you might want to ask. But just very quickly, you're going to want to ask your demographical questions like, age, location. You're going to want to know, how they're buying from you. So the media that they're buying from you from, is it online? Is it in store? You're going to want to know what sort of publications do they read. So I will attach a sample survey for you just to get some questions to be able to find your own way of doing this. But very important that we use that information in order for us to segment them into different groups. And the reason why we segment them into groups is because you will find that each of those segments receive their information and communication in a different way. So you're now able to target and build your content, information, collateral, ads in a very specific manner that will be very well received for that segment. So let's say, actually we'll go back. There will be three main segments that you probably are going to build if you're a small to medium business. First one is demographics, so age, income, family makeup. Secondly would be geographic, so where are they located, city, state, country if you're global. And the very last one would be for their buying habits. So what products or services do they buy from you and through what channels that they buy from. Now, if you are a business who only work with businesses and you don't work really with individuals, so you're taking orders from them, then you can use firmographics to sort them by company size and by behavior. So you're going to want to know about their decision-making process. So in your survey, you're going to want to know, you know, what's the decision-making process, who's involved, who's the end users of your product, and what are the needs of the business decision maker and the end user at the end of the day, so that you get a really clear understanding as to just where do you and your product fit in for that business. Now we'll go back to the segments. Sorry about that little digression there. But segmenting your clients is important because it helps you to identify the different needs of those particular groups. So for example, let's use the age segments for a moment. So let's say we have two groups, 35 to 49 and 50 plus. The 35 to 49 probably love to receive their information online. They're very prolific on it. So they're happy to receive and communicate via that medium, where your 50 plus may want to have something a little bit more tangible. So they may like to read a newspaper, a magazine, an industry journal. So it's just the different mediums in which they like, so that you know what to build to be able to really reach them and get cut through at the end of the day. Get a little bit of return on investment there, you know. If your customer base isn't large enough to segment, and that's mine, my customer base isn't large enough to segment, but it's still important for me to profile my clients because I can better understand their needs and motivations. So, you know, I know my clients by name, so I'm going to have that conversation with them. I'm going to use it as a relationship builder because I want them to understand that, you know, I'm doing this because I want to add more value to you at the end of the day. And if you would spend a few minutes with me having that chat, then I am able to be more valuable to you. So, you know, the bottom line of this is, by profiling your customers and your clients, you're going to be able to direct your marketing budget and strategies to get some real cut through and effectively reach your target market, and therefore give you a better return on investment. So, how well do you know your clients? Have you profiled them? Haven't you? Take this opportunity to do the exercise and let me know whether you've had any epiphanies or whether you've found anything that is strange to me. I'll tell you, when I did mine, what was the biggest light bulb for me is I actually figured out who my true competition was. You think you know who your competition is, but if you don't ask the right questions in your survey, it was a shock to find out who my actual competition was at the end of the day. It's very key. You know, the question, I'll just say very, very quickly, the question to ask there is, if they didn't buy from you, who did they buy from? And that is before you even. So before you started working with them, who did they work with? You're definitely going to find out who is your real competition. So I hope that this has been of help, and let us know if it is, and share your story. We'd love to hear it. Thank you. Till next time.